you are living a scripted life. And you didn't even write the lines. Most of what you call your opinion is just a recycled echo of a podcast you heard, a post you scrolled past, or your parents' outdated fears. You think you're in control, but you're operating on a default setting installed by everyone except you. If you want to build a life of high performance and stoic resilience, you need mental independence. You don't need more inspiration. You need a cognitive firewall. Here is the exact architectural blueprint to stop being a mirror and start being a source. Step 1. Audit your inputs. Your brain is a supercomputer, but your software is compromised. If you spend 3 hours a day consuming outrage, celebrity gossip, or the complaints of mediocre friends, that is the code you are running. You cannot build a skyscraper on a foundation of swamp water. Stop pretending you're staying informed. You're being programmed. Start a strict information diet. If a piece of content doesn't provide a mental tool, a strategic advantage, or a genuine skill, it is noise. Cut it. Step 2. The 24-hour buffer system. Most people are reactive. Someone criticizes them, they get defensive, a trend emerges, they jump on Italiano. This is mental fragility. To break free, you must install a mandatory delay between observation and adoption. When you hear a new truth or a strong opinion, do not accept it. Put it in a 24-hour holding cell. Ask yourself, does this align with my long-term goals? Is this based on data or emotion? If you can't justify the thought with your own logic after a day of cooling off, discard it. You need to understand the difference between being open-minded and being a trash can. An open mind evaluates. A trash can just collects. Most people have become intellectual trash cans. They fear being wrong or outdated, so they adopt whatever the loudest voice in the room is shouting. That ends today. You are the practical architect of your own mind. You choose which bricks make it into the wall. This leads us to the first principles protocol. Stop asking, what does everyone think about this? And start asking, what are the fundamental facts here? This is how Elon Musk builds rockets and how Marcus Aurelius kept his sanity while leading an empire. They didn't look for social consensus. They looked for gravity and logic. When you face a decision, strip away the labels and the what-ifs of other people. What is the raw data? What is the direct path to the result? If you're finding this blueprint valuable so far, do me a favor. Hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow and tells the algorithm we want more high-performance content. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't joined the VF Growth community yet, because we're dropping systems like this every single week. And hey, share this with one person who you know is currently playing small because they're too worried about what others think. Let's get back to the system. Now, let's talk about the social pressure bypass. The reason you care what people think isn't because you're nice, it's because your biological brain is terrified of being kicked out of the tribe. In the Stone Age, being exiled meant death. In 2026, it just means a few people you don't even like might unfollow you. The stakes are low, but your biology is overreacting. To fix this, you need to practice social desensitization. Do one thing every day that is slightly weird but harmless. Wear a slightly bold outfit. Eat alone at a restaurant without looking at your phone. Speak up in a meeting with a dissenting but logical view. You are training your nervous system to realize that the sky doesn't fall when people look at you funny. Control your environment or it will control you. This is where a habit stacking for your mindset comes in. Every morning, before you check a single notification, you must set your own daily intent. If you check your phone first thing, you are inviting the entire world into your bedroom to tell you what to think about. You start the day in a defensive reactive crouch. Instead, give yourself 10 minutes of internal alignment. Define your top 3 priorities. Review your long-term vision. Build your own mental frame before the world tries to force you into theirs. Absolutely. Let's finish the blueprint. Step 3. The authority filter. Most people are mentally enslaved by titles. A PhD, a blue checkmark, or a massive following doesn't make someone right. It just makes them loud. Stop outsourcing your critical thinking to experts who don't have skin in the game. The practical architect looks at results, not resumes. If someone is giving you financial advice but is broke, discard the input. If someone is giving you relationship advice but is miserable, discard the input. Build a filter that only allows high-integrity data through. If the source isn't living the result you want, their opinion is just expensive noise. Step 4. Intellectual isolation. You need a deep work period for your personality. For 1 hour every day, remove all external voices. No podcasts. No music with lyrics. No social media. Just you, a notebook, and your own thoughts. This is where you actually meet yourself. Most people are terrified of this silence because they've realized they don't actually have a personality of their own. They're just a collection of other people's habits. If that's you, don't panic. Fix it. Use this time to ask, what do I actually believe is true? And what am I doing just because it's expected? If you can't be alone with your thoughts, you are a slave to whoever provides the distractions. Now, let's talk about the default no protocol. High performers understand that every yes to someone else is a no to themselves. To be mentally independent, your default response to social invitations, new trends, or side projects should be no. Make the world prove to you why something deserves your attention. If you're constantly saying yes to fit in or be nice, you're letting the crowd dictate your schedule. A crowded calendar is often just a symptom of a weak mind that can't set boundaries. Stop being available and start being selective. This brings us to the most brutal part of a system: social auditing. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they pushing you toward your atomized habits? Or are they dragging you back into the bucket of mediocrity? Mental independence is nearly impossible if you're surrounded by people who are mentally dependent. You don't have to be cruel, but you do have to be surgical. If a friendship is built on complaining, gossiping, or stagnating, that friendship is a tax on your potential. Pay it if you must, but realize it's costing you your future. Start seeking out growth nodes, people who challenge your logic and force you to level up your systems. Finally, we have the identity lock. Stop defining yourself by your group. I don't care about your politics, your generation, or your favorite sports team. The moment you say, I am a label, you stop thinking. You start defending the label instead of seeking the truth. Break the label. Be an individual who happens to hold certain views, not a member of a hive mind. This is the ultimate form of stoic resilience. When you don't belong to the crowd's anger cannot touch you. Their praise cannot inflate you. You become unshakable because your foundation is internal, not social. Do this now. Open your phone, go to your following list, and unfollow 5 accounts that make you feel reactive, angry, or inadequate. That's your first act of mental sovereignty today. It's a small brick, but it's yours. I really appreciate every single person who stayed here until the end. If you found this blueprint valuable, a like helps a lot with visibility and lets me know I should keep making these deep dives. If you're not a subscriber yet, consider joining our community right now. It's right there. And I personally read every single comment to see what systems you want to build next. Share this video with someone who's playing small because they re-stuck in so approval trap. They need to hear this. And hey, look at the screen. YouTube is recommending another video for you right now. It's probably exactly what you need to watch to keep this momentum going. I'll see you over there. Stay sharp. Stay independent